Welcome back, everybody. As you remember, we did the poem Four Seasons, and it was broken up into 4 verses, and each verse was about a different season in the year. The first one was about spring, the second one was about summer, the next one was about autumn, and the last one was about winter. Now today we're going to discuss some of the sounds that we hear in this poem and what makes it a poem, okay? So I'm going to read the whole poem and then we can discuss each verse. Spring. The fields are rich with flowers, and I must dance and I must sing to see the beauty of the spring. The earth is warm, the sun's ablaze, it is time for carefree days, and you may see me running to play. The leaves are yellow, red and brown, a shower sprinkles softly down. The air is fragrant, crisp and cool, and once again I'm stuck in school. The birds are gone, world is white. The winds are wild, they chill and bite. The ground is thick with slush and sleet. I can barely feel my feet. Alright, so if you listened to the poem, do people talk like that every day? The sun's ablaze. They chill and bite. No, people don't speak like that. However, when we write a poem, we try to make words rhyme. And so sometimes we have to change the sentences so that we can fit in our rhyming words, okay? So for now, we are going to focus on the separate verses, and then we can talk about the rhyming words in each verse. So the first verse says, "The fields are rich with flowers, and I must dance and I must sing to see the beauty of the spring." Okay, so I can hear in that verse that there are 2 words that sound very much the same. Sing and spring. They both end in an ing. Now I want you to think about all the words that you can think of that rhyme with ing. The words wing, bring, okay, they all rhyme with sing and spring. Now the next verse also has some rhyming words. Okay, the earth is warm, the sun's ablaze, it is time for carefree days, and you may see me running to play. So in this verse, there are 3 words, and each sentence or line in the verse rhymes, okay? Ablaze, days, and play. And the sound that we keep hearing is A, A, A. Even if they look a little bit different, because ablaze and days don't look anything alike, but they sound the same, alright? So can you think of any other words that end in A? May and say, alright? So ablaze, days, and play. Now the next verse, the autumn verse, there are a few rhyming words as well. The leaves are yellow, red, and brown. A shower sprinkles softly down. The air is fragrant, crisp, and cool. And once again, I'm stuck in school. Right, now in this verse, I hear 2 different sounds, but they both rhyme, okay? So the first one I notice is brown and down. And both of these end in an own sound. Can you think of any other words that rhyme with brown and down? What's about clown and frown? Okay, and then I saw another sound, cool and both end in an ooh, okay? And can you think of any words that rhyme with cool and school? Think about pool and fool. They both rhyme and end in an ool, okay? The very last verse that we have today is our winter verse. The birds are gone, world is white. The winds are wild, they chill and bite. The ground is thick with slush and sleet. I can barely feel my feet. Okay, and again, this verse has two different rhyming pairs. The first one that I noticed is white and bite. Now, white and bite both end in an ite. And you can think of other words that also rhyme with those words, such as kite or might. Okay? The ground is thick with slush and sleet. I can barely feel my feet. Now, sleet and feet both end with an eat. Okay? Can you think of any other words that end in eat? Eat and meat both rhyme with sleet and feet. Okay. And do you see how they had to change the sentences so that they could get the rhyming words at the end of the sentence? Okay. You will also see that this poem is not written like you would write a normal sentence. The fields are rich with flowers, and I must sing and I must dance. And those sorts of sentences, we wouldn't stop just there and go to the next line and start with a capital letter. We would finish our sentence to the end of the line until I run out of space and end it with a full stop. But here, they have broken up the sentence into sections, and in a poem we call those lines inside a verse. So they've broken up these sentences into lines so that they could get the rhyming pairs. You will see it here again. The earth is warm, the sun's ablaze. There's not a full stop, but here I've got a capital letter. And that is because it is the start of a new line in the verse. Okay, so I hope you will remember that, and that you've looked very nicely at the poem, and that you've thought of lots and lots of rhyming words. Maybe write down some of the rhyming words that you found that I did not mention.